it's Kris.
And I'm Wyatt Elliott from Notebook Entertainment.
And you're watching Horrorland News. Alright, so coming up this week on our channel, we have, hopefully, in case, we admit that you're watching this on a Sunday instead of a Friday because things happen.
Yeah.
But hey, there was an outbreak here in our area. Then it got cold. There's snow. It's a whole lot of stuff, guys. So it happens. We're just going with the flow here.
That's right. We get very ambitious.
So here's what we're hopefully planning for this coming week. Tuesday, we're hoping to have our review of the Elves TV series from Netflix. Wednesday, we'll do Thinks We Hate It, where Alex and I will discuss the worst Disney movies. Ready to make some enemies there.
Staying away from that one.
And Thursday, we are going to do our second episode of Filling Plot Holes, where I will discuss the plot hole of Jason Voorhees being scared of water, even though he's not.
But is he?
But he's not. He's not. So let's move on to TV Roundup.
No TV and no beer make Homer something.
Alright, so first story today is sad news for me because they have definitely canceled the I Know What You Did Last Summer series on Amazon Prime.
Apparently we found out
what
they did last summer.
We know what you did. We found it out.
So forget that.
Yeah. I would have been interested to see what a second season would have brought.
They left it open.
They really did.
You know, so.
I think it could have explored more of the cult and stuff on the island.
Next time, guys, just put it out to binge. I think maybe.
I think that was their mistake, and that's what we've said several times. As we said it in our review for it. Check out our review so that way you can see what you missed because it was a good show.
Well, I mean, it's still available to watch. You can still watch it. There just won't be any more.
Yeah, it's just you're too late to give us a second season.
Unless
get enough people to watch it and then petition them. I guess I don't know.
There's not enough.
I don't know how TV works anymore. Who's in charge of it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough fans to petition it.
No, it's definitely not like Lucifer levels of fans. So. Our second story or second TV show is Elves. Like I said at the top of the show, our review will be coming out, so we don't want to say too much here. But again, it's an interesting show, and so we will definitely have stuff to talk about with it. And then number 3 is a show that we are going to be adding because it's definitely right down my alley, it seems. Brand new to Netflix as of Friday the 14th of this month. So it just came out, so we have not had a chance to watch it yet. It's called Archive 81. And it's part of the found footage genre. And it's based on a podcast. It's horror and mystery, which are my 2 favorite genres. And it's totally weird and apparently impossible to talk about without spoilers. So...
we got to figure out how to talk about it.
We'll figure that out. That's on us, I guess.
They're talking code or something. We'll prove them wrong.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't know if we're going to binge it or if we'll try and do like we did with Elves where we'll just stop ourselves after 1 or 2 so that we can stretch it out. But I guess we'll see how it goes.
See how much time we have, how entertaining it is.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time, but it also depends on what happens when we get to the end of an episode on whether or not it's like, well, do we really have to be there? I've got time.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, there's our TV roundup. So let's get on to the news. Biggest news, Scream came out this weekend. We did our review. It came out yesterday, Saturday, or whatever day you're watching this. It came out. It's our review. Here's the link. Yeah. I don't know. So go check that out. See what our thoughts are. I don't want to give anything away. I will just say what I said at the beginning of our review, and that's that Wes Craven's presence is missed. Is definitely missed.
It is a full spoiler review. I don't know if you said that or not.
It is full spoilers.
Make sure if you care, watch the movie first. If you don't care, then watch it and save yourself $10. Because it will be on Paramount Plus February 28th, even out. So if you have Paramount Plus subscriber, it will be there. And
Why
I think
would you not?
Yeah, and I believe it's going to be free on there to watch. So.
Yeah, so if you're a subscriber, probably.
If you're a subscriber,
but yeah, so if you don't want to pay movie prices, don't want to go to the movies because you're worried about getting sick or whatever, just wait, it'll be out. Or go check out our review where we will tell you who the killers are and all our thoughts on that movie.
And you can also wait till February 28th, watch it then come back and watch our review because it'll still be up.
We're not going anywhere. Or you could check out my Slasher Advocate where I defend Billy and Stu, and I'm going to do a whole series of them where I defend each of the killers from each of the movies, including this new one.
Yep, highly recommend that.
Yep. So, second big news of the week, Halloween Kills was released on Blu-ray, 4K, DVD, whatever you want. I got the lovely Blu-ray because I don't do technology and I don't have 4K. I'm a neo-Luddite. I'm bad with technology.
Took her about a year ago, I think, to upgrade to Blu-ray. So,
right.
From DVDs. But then again, when you have as many movies as she does, it sucks because you got to switch them over.
Right.
But as you notice, she's got the physical copy. It's been out on digital for a while. I asked her if she wanted to rent it and do a review on it, but she said no.
I said I need this.
I want the physical copy. So
as you can see, I'm still VHS back here. So I mean.
So we're gonna watch it probably this week, and then she'll have something to say about it.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I might save it for the next news where I'll do a mini review on what's different or all that, or I might, depending on how much I say, I have to say I might do a little separate video special.
So, and if that happens, then that'll be a surprise video.
Surprise! I have a lot to say about Halloween. That's not
a surprise to anyone. That's definitely not a surprise.
Not a surprise to anyone. All right, so our next story is equally exciting for me because, Final Destination is my 4th favorite horror series of all time. And they are doing a new one.
Yeah, I read about that too, where John Watts, this is the one that John Watts is producing? Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys don't know, John Watts is the director over at Marvel that's done all 3 of the Spider-Man movies, including the current one that's got over $1.5 billion in the box office.
Such a good movie, you guys.
So apparently he's got a really good idea for this.
And it's through New Line. Mm-hmm. And he's actually producing with his wife and partner, Diane McGonigal? It's almost like McGonagall.
I was thinking, is that McGonagall?
She's almost like McGonagall.
McGonagall. Eases the pain.
And they're also doing it with longtime Final Destination producers Craig Perry and Sheila Hanahan Taylor.
Oh, good. So maybe they'll keep the lore intact. But
yeah, I'm hoping. So, because, again, I love the reveal at the end of Final Destination 5, spoiler alert, that it all circles around.
So technically, right. So it's time for a reboot because that's all completed, that whole storyline.
Or requel. Oh, if you saw Scream. Okay. Yeah. Time for our Final Destination requel. Yep, I'm here for it.
It's happening.
I'm so here for it.
But if it's a requel, then do you somehow bring back Devon Sawa? Or?
Here's the problem, though. Laurie Evans Taylor, I'm not sure what she's done, but Guy Busick, he wrote the new Scream movie.
Oh, really?
He's writing the screenplay for Final Destination based on Watts' treatment. And
well, that means his dialogue will be a little bit off.
Maybe Watts will... Because it's Watts' treatment. So they're writing a screenplay based off of an idea he had.
Exactly.
Which I think
which I think is like my dream. I want to someday just be able to be like, I have an idea, and then have people that are better than I to write it all for me.
Right. So yeah, that's the only thing that gives me a little bit. Because he has not sold me yet at all on what he can do.
Right.
At all.
A little bit, yeah. We're a little hesitant.
Yeah. So it's going to debut on HBO Max, and we'll bring you more information as it comes along. Because right now it's still in pre-production. So we don't even know who's attached to it for starring or anything. And if you can find a way to get Devon Sawa back in there, bonus points.
Well, they got to pay that big Devon Sawa money now because he's famous for Chucky.
Yeah.
So hopefully his price.
I hope he got paid twice for Chucky because he had 2 roles. Speaking of Chucky, our next story, Alex Vincent and Christina Lees are starting a new podcast called Chucky Talks.
Is it about the Chucky series?
It is. It is about the Chucky series. It's supposed to launch sometime this month, according to them. And it's going to feature guests from Chucky, so they'll do interviews, behind-the-scenes stories, and that sort of thing from the whole series. They have a lot of people they can call.
Oh, yeah. And they have a lot of history themselves, so they can talk about on there. So I think it's great that actors from TV shows and movies and stuff of days gone by can have kind of, you know,
now they don't have to go to Comic-Cons and stuff.
Right. They can just...
I mean, but please do, because I do want to meet you. But they don't have to now.
No, they have outlets, and they can talk about their stuff.
But please come to Comic-Con, Alex Vincent. I want to meet you.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be amazing. According to their YouTube channel, which is fittingly called Alex Vincent and Christina Elise, so go subscribe. Their episode 1 air date, guest will be announced soon. So I guess, subscribe to their channel. Again, Alex Vincent and Christina Elise.
Yeah, I
to get updates and all that.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds great. I'll subscribe too.
Right. I think I already did while I was reviewing for this for the story and stuff.
I might already be and don't remember.
All right. So a lot of other trailers and all kinds of stuff dropped. So go check all those out. Like, I don't even know where to begin talking about trailers and stuff. Horror is getting a revival, it feels like, because it seems like every other day it's a new trailer for new horror. I do want to mention the one that we saw in Scream for the X. Yeah, X. It looks so good.
That does look good. And I believe Jenna Ortega, they said, was in that as well.
I think so, yeah.
And then, you know, who was just in Scream, which, if you watch our review, she was one of the highlights of it. So that is exciting.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that movie looks really cool. Like, I think they said it was A24, so I know they were comparing it to Hereditary and everything, but it looks very Texas Chainsaw Massacre to me. Like, with a porno being filmed on their property or something.
I was sitting there like, are we about to watch Debbie Does Dallas? Like, what the fuck is Debbie Does Dallas meets Texas Chainsaw?
That's what it feels like. I'm sure
because it's got the gritty graininess of
and
both.
It's in the 70s, and it's this backwoods house that they end up staying in, and do you know what we're doing in here? Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it's weird, but...
Yeah, it's weird. But I'm down. So
I'm down for it.
I'm
down to see it. Like, I have a feeling this is definitely going to be a very adult horror movie. But I'm down for that.
I'm an adult, so they tell me I'm an adult.
Yeah,
so.
according to their rules.
According to my age, I am an adult. So.
Yep. So, but yeah, that's what I mean. I think it's going to be very, very interesting. I look forward to seeing that, and we'll bring you news, review, whatever.
Even
if our review is going to be very selective on the clip reviews for that one, we'll have to have a Patreon version of that review.
Our own X-rated review. Alright, so our final story is from Miramax, a new horror thriller coming out called The House, which takes place in a retirement home.
I was going to say in a house, maybe.
It takes place in a retirement home. So, it's from the director of the Purge movies, cool. James DeMonaco, and Pete Davidson is set to star in it. So, again, I'm down. I'm
down for that.
I love Pete Davidson.
So is it a horror?
I can't wait for my turn to date Pete Davidson.
Is it a... Well, at this point, we're all going to have a turn at Pete Davidson.
That's what I'm saying. So. I can't wait for my turn.
So is it a horror comedy or just a horror, did they say?
It looks like it's just a horror.
Right.
He's going to star as a character called Max, who starts working at a retirement home and realizes its residents and caretakers harbor sinister secrets.
Ooh.
As he investigates the building and its forbidden fourth floor, he starts to uncover connections to his own past and upbringing as a foster child.
Oh, shit. I was really hoping you were going to say he plays Chad, but...
That would be amazing. I think a horror movie starring Chad would be... my dream.
Right. Just gonna be great. I especially in taking place in a retirement home, like it almost writes itself. You know?
Apparently production will begin on this later this month, so we'll bring you more as we know more.
All right.
Because
cool.
That's definitely a project I'm gonna keep track of.
Right.
I'm interested.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a fan. I'm definitely a big fan.
All right, so that concludes our news segment, I suppose. We'll go into our indie film spotlight.
My advice to young filmmakers, make a movie every week. Make films, no matter what anybody says, and you'll be a filmmaker.
So apparently, this is not a very professional episode. We've had a long week. We're tired. We already filmed other stuff earlier today. It's it's getting to us, I guess. So we're
I think it's the weather.
enjoying ourselves. I don't know.
The weather's getting to us. I think it's a very fun. We're having fun.
Right.
We're having fun.
High on life, man.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe weed, but
it's legal here. It's okay.
right. Our state, it's legal. Oh.
So suck it, everybody else.
Right. So on the theme of not being professional, we want to go ahead and say right up front that the indie film we're talking about today is actually by someone that he knows.
Yes. The indie film today is by a friend of mine named Eric Smigel. And we aren't like tight or whatever, but we were friends in the local film community. And apparently I supported the making of this movie. I don't remember, but my name's in the credits, so thank you.
You must have donated or something.
Yeah, I did support. I remember he had a fundraiser for this over on Kickstarter. So it came out, and we got to check it out today, and I want you guys to check it out too. It's a interesting
weird.
story. Yeah, it is.
It's
it
weird.
is weird.
But
it's
I
good,
would put it as
though,
like a light horror / sci-fi.
Horror adjacent for sure.
Horror adjacent. It's called Sea Critter.
Yeah, and it's about 20 minutes long.
Yep.
And the guy that's mainly in it, what's his name?
Scott Scurlock.
Scott Scurlock, like his job, and if he doesn't hold your attention,
he did his job.
Yeah, if he doesn't hold your attention, this movie is lost, and he does.
I would listen to that guy tell me any kind of story.
Yeah, he tells some bizarre stories in this, but you're already just like a kid around grandpa, crazy grandpa, listening to what he's got to say.
Because what this is there's a documentary crew, and they're interviewing this guy, and it starts like you're watching the documentary.
Yeah.
And so they're interviewing this guy, and they're asking him about this incident from his childhood. I'm not going to ruin what it was, but they're asking him about this incident from his childhood that clearly has affected the rest of his life, and why he came back to this area where this incident happened. And so he's telling you this story, and you have to be enthralled by what he's saying in order for this movie to work, and like I said, I'll listen to him tell me any kind of story.
Yeah, I don't know the story behind the screenplay that Eric wrote, but it looks to me like this is probably based on a much bigger, larger scale idea that he's probably had, and this is how he was able to make it on a smaller budget, which I remember doing that with my short films. Yep. So I think it's I think it's great, and I think it came out well. You can tell at the end he's got really good special effects in it for a indie film.
Yep. I would say the good special effects are for the ocean and the rain and the water. I almost wish there was a way to not show the sea critter.
Okay, yeah.
Because it looked goofy. I mean, I get it. They're on a micro budget. They're, it's indie film. But it did give me the Sand vibes.
That's what I was going to compare it to as well, yeah.
You get to the end. But, unlike the Sand, their other special effects in Sea Critter were fantastic.
Exactly,
the Sand was bad CGI all throughout. Their use of CGI, like I said, in the weather and in the rain and in the
shots
ocean.
of him walking with the weather behind him, my goodness.
Great imagery.
Yeah, fantastic.
But the actual Sea Critter...
Yeah, itself.
It would have been better if you just left it at what he had described instead of actually seeing it.
True.
But with what the ending is, I'm not sure how you don't not see it. You know?
I'm not sure either. And the ending is kind of a twist. You don't expect that, so.
Yeah, I think his name is Walter.
Wilbur, I think.
Wilbur.
Yeah.
Wilbur, yeah. But Scott Spurlock, he sold it. He did fantastic. And he definitely did his job here. The other guys do kind of pull you out of it, because even when they're asking questions as the interviewer or whatever, you don't see them. They're not good actors.
It sounds like they're just reading the
script.
It
sounds like they're just reading.
Like.
Yeah, and then when you actually do see them for a minute, they're only in it for a minute where you see them. And they're not good actors.
I have a feeling they might actually be the crew of the film, but like that's what it feels like. So
it's just jarring where you're listening to Scott go on in one of his monologues, and then it's so fast you're pulled in because he's selling it and his acting is so good, and then it cuts to the voice asking, and it's literally like hey, well, what did you
Yeah.
think of that? Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
so that was a little frustrating.
It was.
Because that pulls you out of it.
It did.
Bit.
I do wish that they would have done, a little bit better. But I know sometimes circumstances it is what they are with indie film, and you get what you get, and you work with what you got. So, and on that note, I wanted to just say that, guys, check it out. I think it was entertaining. She found it entertaining.
It's Elusive Pictures. I don't think we said that.
We didn't say that. Yeah. And it's on their YouTube channel. I'll leave a link in the description below. And if, it's worth it, if nothing else, to watch his performance and the effects at the end, especially those seeing him walking and the imagery really with the rain. Fantastic. Kudos, the effects works, and director Eric Schmeigel.
Yep.
So, all right. On that note, I think
we're going to go take a break now.
I think so. We're getting a little giggly over here, so someday we'll have to make a blooper reel, guys. Okay, on that note, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe on all the YouTube channels we recommended here, as well as ours.
And make sure you ring our bell so that way you can get all of our awesome content.
That we talked about at the top of the show. So you don't want to miss any of that.
Yep, because we just had our Scream review came out yesterday. Slasher Advocate defending Billy and Stu came out Friday.
Lots of Scream content right now, guys.
Right now, it's
perfect time
on
for
theme.
And we have Slasher Advocate, Scream 2, 3, and 4. And maybe 5 coming
at some point.
So
I gotta write them all.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's on her.
that's my job. So, oops.
Yep.
All right.
All right. And good night.
Yep. Good night. Good fight.
All right.
Bye.
Up that crack house pretty bad, McGonagall. Did you really have to break so much furniture?
You tell me, Chief. You had a pretty good view from behind your desk.
You're off the case, McGonagall.
You're off your case, Chief.
What does that mean exactly?
It means he gets results, you stupid chief!
Dad, sit down.